Hello and welcome to the Soccer Mash.
It's called Fat Boy and Daft.
Brought to you by the Midweek Mash Tattie Sportscast. I'm your host Harvey. With me today, as usual, is Mickey D and Wee Paul. How are you doing, boys? Wee chirper Mickey D.
Very well, thank you very much.
First time I've been called wee in a wee while.
Aye. I'll take it. Send back to the good old days. How do you say? He's good?
I'm a wee bit upset. I've just remembered I've left my curry up at Lisa's house.
Oh no. Disaster.
Roll.
I had a frozen curry.
disaster.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh no.
Legit, I've just realised
Damn
that.
farm bitch.
That is... Aye, I'd be gutted to know.
Oh, I'm legit a bit... Oh, no. Right, sorry.
Aye,
We're
I'd
podcasting,
be-
aren't we?
You just have to
Oh,
order
right,
run.
Darling, I'll be back now.
How was your time in Grand Paris?
It was very Parisian.
Parisian, okay.
It was
Lovely.
great, man. It was epic. If anything, a wee bit too warm. First 2 or 3 days, it was like well over 30 degrees. It was boiling. But loved it, man. Everybody had a great time. I walked like getting near a double marathon across a couple of days, which was fun in that heat. But aye, good to be back and actually get some time to rest, but also kind of wish I was still there. It was really good.
Ah, fantastic. That's good. Aye. So, obviously, I was saying to you that I got bravest thing today.
You took a Steve
so-
Irwin, man. That's quite incredible.
Aye. So, on the upper leg there, in the thigh.
Damn.
But, I don't know what happened. They were just acting a bit skittish, and then she tried to get away, and I literally just let her go, and just happens that she just hit me in the leg. It's the worst one I've ever seen, and in fact most people have ever seen. Actually, everybody that I know, that's the worst they've seen. It was me.
Really?
Usually, it's literally just like
It's quite clean normally, isn't it? It's like an injection almost, but obviously bigger.
so. It's just like a bit bigger. Usually, it's just a wee. Kind of if you just take a regular ballpoint pen, just press it into your hand or your arm or something, that would be the hole. But with me,
Lovely.
it went deep in. So, I don't do
Damn.
things.
No, you don't do shit
have-
off, man.
I know,
Yeah,
you never do it
I
the
make
easy
sure.
way, man. Aye.
So, obviously went to hospital, got antibiotics and stuff, but went back to get the stitches removed on Wednesday. The nurse was like, I don't like the look of that. Like, okay. Went to a doctor, he did a bit of research, and you actually need specific antibiotics because it's marine life, which A&E didn't
right.
even, they didn't even think about. You know, I was so whatever. So I've got different antibiotics now. They're not. I mean, obviously they're strong, but they're not as strong as in terms of make me drowsy or anything like that. Obviously, I can't drink alcohol or that with them.
Yep.
So I looked up these antibiotics. One of them is an antibiotic that is used in the treatment of the plague.
Oh,
Jesus.
lovely. Right, so that's how
So,
fucked you are.
so if it treats if it uses the treatment of plague, that should be good.
Should be all right then, mate. Aye.
That's just clearing up good actually. So it is, but aye, it was fun, man.
It was fun.
It was yeah. I got when it happened. Like
Bit of a shock, yeah.
actually, I knew it happened, but it's funny. She was stuck in my leg, and I had to push her out, push her away, because she was flapping a bit. And then my colleague was like, "I was like, oh, I just get babs," and he was like, "Oh, fuck." I was like, "Just look at it for me," because I was still going to do the rest of the trip.
Right.
I was like, it doesn't even hurt that bad. But then when he went under the water and looked, like, he just seen all this blood just pumping out, and he's like, nah, mate, we got to go. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm in the office now, but a wee break. So, it was fun, man.
That's not really ideal to be in the waters in the Caribbean with blood pumping out you, is it? Like, let's be honest. You might attract some sharks for a few miles away.
Well, you see,
God
there's-
damn it.
the funny thing is, I think that the reason why they were acting skittish is because there was a shark about.
Right.
Because hammerhead sharks eat stingrays.
Oh, do they?
Aye.
Shit.
So anytime there's like a shark around about, they get like, aye, and that's what happens. So
Do you know what?
pretty
It might be worth a very brief, like 30-second kind of backstory. Like, obviously, you do the ocean tour stuff. Like, you work for Red Sail, right?
Red Sail Sports. Aye.
And one of the things you do is you go to Stingray City, which is like a. Oh, you can explain it, man. It's
Aye,
a
Stingray
kind of
City
raised
is.
bit, like,
Aye,
what
it's
would
the
you call it?
largest. I think it's the largest wildlife interaction zone in the world. Like like in the ocean. When I say largest, I don't mean in size.
Is there a name for? Is there a name? Like, see how like it's like the level of the sea is dead low there. Like, you're in the middle of the ocean effectively, but you can just stand. Sandbar, is that what's correct?
Aye, so it's got Stingray City Sandbar,
right?
And then you have Stingray City, which is where you can go diving. So Stingray City Sandbar is where we take people out and then we go snorkeling after. That's the main attraction. Like, each one of these stingrays are worth $1 million a year in revenue to the island. Like, so, and there's
they're normally like super docile. Like, you can
quite
pick them up
easy
and get
going.
pictures with them and stuff.
so you just go, you pick them up, you just hold them in your arms, just like you're carrying a big pizza box or a big box, sorry, you know, with your two arms, aye, and their nose sits on your chest, and happy days. But as I say, it's just unfortunate that I'm pretty sure there was something around, because literally all of the stingrays just like started to scoot off, and I seen her flapping her like that. See you later, let her go. And but I think when she's turning, I think is when she's just buff. I mean, so unfortunate. I don't even feel bad for myself. I feel bad for her. The stingray.
But I mean, to be fair, you're in her. You've went into her house and randomly picked her up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Normally she'd be like, oh, right, okay. But in this particular day, it was like, nope, get off me, I need to leave.
It was die. So there we go. Anyway, I digress. We shall move on. I just whole long fucking hell. Long story short, the antibiotics are used in the treatment of plague. I thought that was pretty cool. So let's move on to the old football. I mean, move on to the football. Let's get into the football more like it. So obviously we're having done a soccer mash.
It's called Fat Boy and Dafty
for a while. Last week, being our break, we didn't get to do the start of the season, so this will be hit. So in terms of transfers, a lot of big transfers. Nunez going to Liverpool, Haaland going to Man City, Pogba's away back to Juventus, Dybala's way to Roma. Ronaldo wants away. So, what do you think is the best transfer that we've seen so far this season?
Oh,
I'll
definitely.
go first.
Oh, you go first then.
I'll go first, just to give you a chance. I would say Jesus for me.
Oh, to Arsenal.
Aye. I think that's what Arsenal needed. The way that Arteta plays, I think Jesus fits in there very well. He'll bag a bunch of goals. Not only that, he'll assist goals. He'll fight for everything. The way that system's set up, he's just perfect for that system, I believe. And I could see Arsenal fighting again this year for the top four.
I would agree with you. I would definitely agree with you. Have you been watching All or Nothing Arsenal yet on Prime?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Mate, even you, Mac, you need to watch this to see what it's like in the dressing room of a team that's trying to. I mean, I don't know if you know much about it, Mac. Mikel Arteta, ex-Rangers midfielder, ex-Barcelona midfielder when he was a player, ex-Everton, ex-Arsenal. He was Pep Guardiola's assistant manager at Manchester City for a few years, and then was appointed as Arsenal manager as pretty much as a risk, really. Yeah. But I think what they wanted to do when they appointed him as a young manager was to change the culture within the team. They were a team that were suffering a big hangover from having a manager like Arsene Wenger, who was there for about 20 years.
Yep.
and their squad was older, and there was a lot of big players of big names on a lot of money, and it wasn't working. They were going backwards and backwards and backwards, and he has been slowly turning round the tide. And this documentary gives you a great window into how he's trying to change the profile of player they have. A lot of the younger players now are players that Arteta has signed and boys that he's brought through. So they're, I mean, that'd be the right way to say it, isn't it, Harvey? Like, he's putting his stamp on the team.
Putting his stamp on it.
And in this documentary, you can really see it. So I totally agree with you on the Jesus signing, but also with the Zinchenko signing, both from Man City, both used to a culture where it is absolute perfection.
Yep.
And sticking to a task tactically, like to a crazy degree of detail. Like, that's what he's brought to Arsenal. You can see in this documentary. And I think, Harvey, what you're saying with Gabriel Jesus, he's the missing piece up front, but Zinchenko as a midfielder or as a left back is ideal as well. Like, brilliant shout, Harvey.
I could see Zinchenko doing very well there. But have you heard the rumours about Man City now wanting to sign Kieran Tierney?
I did see that, I did see that. Whether that'll happen, although, I don't know, because, again, Arteta loves Tierney.
Aye. Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot of love for Tierney. Tierney's no fit enough to play a 50-game season. That's a big issue. Like,
he's had a few injuries into.
Aye. I mean, he's showing signs of somebody who played too much too young, certainly, and that you can't seem to get through a full season now without at least 2 months out. Like, but I can't imagine Arteta would want to let him go. You'd want to keep your better players at a club, don't you?
Oh, of course, aye. Especially the way that he plays. I think that's the way that Tierney plays. Arteta, that he fits in perfectly into his system. Like, you know, that's why he loves him so much. You know, getting forward, the rampaging runs and moving players out of position to come cover him, and
he's definitely trying to replicate what he gets what he was part of at Man City, Arteta.
To a certain degree, aye.
And the culture of the club, like, he's trying to bring that in.
Definitely. So what would you say is your signing of the season then?
For me, I think it's the easy, obvious one for me. I think Erling Haaland will prove to be. I think, I mean, you can see it already in the first game of the season where he gets about 4 yards of space to run into, and it's like watching Usain Bolt accelerate. Like, he just has this cheat code level acceleration that's just about, it's unfair.
Aye.
How quick he is and how big a boy he is. Like, he has tools that are beyond human.
Aye.
As a footballer.
I mean, that one I was considering him to be my signing of the season as well. But I think, as you've seen last year with Man City, they didn't need somebody like Haaland to win the league. So for me, with Jesus going to Arsenal, it propels them to the next level, whereas Haaland, he definitely improves the squad, but it's already a championship winning squad.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like,
do you know what I mean? So, like, in terms of that, but Haaland will should score 25 plus goals this season.
Oh, absolutely.
Erling Haaland in the Premier League alone, never mind. But then again, you have Nunes, who's went to Liverpool, and which I was like, but watching him and seeing the different dimension that he brings to that attack, I was like, that's another great signing, man. That Liverpool front three kind of looks a bit scary again, He
definitely looks quality. Like, he definitely looks top quality.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. For me, Liverpool and Man City, it's between them two. I think it's going to come down to the games that they play against each other is what's going to hamper them.
Aye.
Some folks at Liverpool, they drew at the start of the season. Oh, aye. You're not going to get through the season winning every single game, You're going to drop points here or there, but it's you can't drop points against the big teams. That's the thing. Which I don't see them.
Chelsea as well, mate, have made some amount of signings. Like
They have,
Cucurella from
Cucurella, yep.
Koulibaly from Napoli.
Brilliant signings. All two of them. I mean, Cucurella last year at Brighton, amazing. Koulibaly, solid at the back. They let what's his name go back to Leipzig? Werner.
Oh, Timo Werner. He scored.
Timo Werner.
He scored this weekend.
No bad business for Leipzig.
Oh, exactly. Sell him for 40 odd million, pay 20 to come back, and he's straight back in the goals.
Right. And they're a better squad than what they were when he left. So,
definitely. Thanks to the money.
Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win for them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know. I think Werner's one of them that I think I just when he went to Chelsea, the system just wasn't right for him. Do you know? He's a quality footballer, but I don't know, the system wasn't right. I can't put my finger on it. But so just until yesterday? No, wait, sorry, that's a lie. We're recording today on Sunday. On Friday, I believe it was, Barcelona hadn't signed any. Sorry, they had signed them, but they hadn't been able to register any of the new signings because Spain's the way the Spain's system is set up. They weren't allowed to name those players in the squad, register them. Sorry, because of their financial troubles. So on Friday they sold some more of their TV rights to a company. So all in all, they've sold 25% of their TV rights. 10%. The first 10% was a deal that's worth about 207 million euros.
When you say they sold some of their TV rights, what does that mean?
So the TV rights for the Liga games that they're allowed to show, they're right. So like you have their own, Barcelona TV or whatever,
right?
Celtic TV, Man U TV, yeah. So say they sold some of their rights to that, so another company can show.
So some random company can now show some Barcelona games.
Basically, aye.
Yeah,
for
25. Aye. So they sold the first 10% a while ago for like 207 million euros, and then the other day they've sold 15%, but they've not disclosed how much that 15% has been sold for.
Why not just sell it all?
Because they want to keep it last, because they can still make money off of it.
It's weird, man.
It's aye.
Got to think La Liga can't be happy with that. Like they're allowing.
No, they were given permission. They had Barcelona.
I'm not saying that they're going to try and tell them no, but I'm saying that surely they can't be too happy with it because they're giving up like leeway for them to have their own TV thing, and then now they're just going to give that away to somebody else. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like renting a house for somebody, and then just renting the house out to somebody else and charging them. You know what I mean?
Sublet.
Like subletting, aye.
That's called aye.
Aye. It's like that. Like it's like the subletting their games.
Aye.
All the TV rights. It's weird, man. I don't know.
Aye, it's strange, but like, aye, they had to get permission from the Spanish FA, I believe. La Liga, before they were allowed to do it. So, aye.
Have you seen their starting lineup for yesterday? By the way, they drew 0-0 with.
Aye, 0-0.
Aye.
Aye.
So they got all the players in. So they did Christensen, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Ousmane Dembele, Kessie come off the bench, Frankie de Jong come off the bench as well, funnily enough. Still had Aubameyang as well. He's linked with Chelsea. There's another one that could be out the door at Barca. Again.
Aye. Aubameyang, aye.
Half a year.
How long do you reckon it'll take Barca to recover for all this nonsense? All the money in that?
Like I think they're about $1 billion and something in debt.
Fuck. That's so much money.
So Laporte, right? There's actually been a meme going around saying like Laporte is about to sell the kitchen sink to get Barcelona money. He's literally been trying to sell everything that he can.
Everything that's nailed down.
They even put like 49% of the club up for
Jesus,
sale. Like, do you know what I mean? So he's trying to.
dire.
I mean,
It's
his
wild
debt's
that they let it get so bad.
1.37 billion in debt. So that's over years of just bad management, like massive contracts, like crazy. Aye, who knows?
I mean, eat their Rangers.
It's aye, yeah, just start again.
Just declared bankruptcy and just come back next season. Like in the lower leagues is the Barcelona.
The Barcelona, aye. Oh man, but aye, they're in dire straits. I mean, but they'll never go bankrupt because of the amount of money they bring in, even though they're in debt. They're still bringing in so much money that they'll not close it. It's weird, aye. As you say, it's weird. I mean, just like Man U. In fact, we'll get to Man U in a bit. We'll even talk about them now. So aye. But aye, as you're saying, Paul,
Don't say the punchline before you've told the joke.
They've so Barcelona sold off the TV rights. The joke's coming, no worry. In order to get them registered, and I registered them, and they were shite. They're doing a lot. So just when we're talking about transfers and stuff here, seen something on the BBC the other day. Just pick your all-time Premier League 11. And all three of us have chosen our all-time Premier League 11. So let's see, who wants to go first?
Do you mind if you want? Mine's just probably got the least weight behind it.
There we go. Mick, what formation have you got?
Okay, so I went with the old reverse Christmas tree, and I've got a 4-3-2-1.
Lovely.
Hey.
So you want me just to run through the full squad?
Aye, run through the squad.
Okay, so my keeper, I've went Alisson. I was torn between Alisson and what'd you cry him? Schmeichel. Peter Schmeichel. I decided to go with Alisson. Right back, I've got Cole. Left back, I've got Van Dijk. I've no idea if they're in the right positions. I just thought they would be good there. Right centre back, Terry. Left centre back, Neville. Again, don't know if they're on the right sides or whatever else. I just want a strong defence.
Aye.
First line of midfield, I've got Beckham on the right and Christian Bale on the because I saw Bale. I saw Bale. My mind just went. Hey, I'm on the right. Beckham on the right, Bale on the left.
Swear to me. I was going to ask you which Christian Bale.
Jesus Christ, I could
the
not
fat
stop
and the skinny and
I knew it was like I just couldn't stop myself saying it, man. So
swear to me.
I've got Beckham on the right, Bale on the left, and Lampard in the middle.
Right.
And then my front line of midfielders are supporting attackers, strikers, whatever the hell you would cry it. I've got Gerrard on the right, Ronaldo on the left, and then my striker out front is Henry.
I was just got to say Henry, aye. Yeah, it's actually a pretty solid squad. So at the back you'd have probably Gary Neville on the right, Van Dijk and Terry in the middle, and then Ashley Cole on the left.
Okay.
That sounds like it. Aye.
Bye.
I figured like it was a good set of defenders. I just didn't care what all to put them in. Cole and Van Dijk seemed more like wingers than centre backs, so I just guessed what side to put them on.
That's a solid squad, man. Alisson's a very good keeper. Let's say that. Very good.
He is.
Obviously Henry up front. Wicked.
Henry with Gerrard and Ronaldo providing them good ball in, man. Like that's whatever formation they front three are in. Jesus, they would be highly a front line, man.
Who was their midfield again? Oh, you had Beckham on the right, Bale on the left, Lampard in the middle.
Yep.
So you've went hell of attack.
Oh, aye. So it's all attack, aye.
As long as he's got the ball there, fine.
Aye. Yep.
So like, cause I went with obviously like Lampard in the middle, so because he'll track back a lot was my thinking. Support the centre backs, and then you've got like the wingers kind of doing a bit of everything. And then the rest of everything else is just full out attack.
Oh, man. All right, Paul, what's yours?
Okay, right. So, goalkeeper, left field pick, Ederson of Man City.
Oh,
Right back, Gary Neville. Centre halves, Sol Campbell and Vincent Kompany. Left back, Andy Robertson.
okay.
Central midfield pairing of the best of friends, Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira.
Oh.
Right wing, Gareth Bale. Left wing, Cristiano Ronaldo. Both can cut in. The man behind the striker in the 10, Kevin De Bruyne. And the striker, just because I love him, Eric Cantona.
Oh,
The king.
right. That's a strong squad again, aye. I mean, midfield. Oof.
Defensively sound, mate, as far as
Aye,
they two
you
go.
get
They two can cover.
You've got two boys there who, oof. Aye.
Feisty.
Aye. Ain't nobody winning battles against
Aye,
the
you
boys.
can't beat that, no. So why did you go for Ederson?
I just think with the ball at his feet and as a goalkeeper, I think he's very underrated. I think even though he plays with Man City and he sees very little action, whatever he does fantastically. And his ball skills are, I mean, he's better with the ball at his feet than most central midfielders. He genuinely is like an extra outfield player. Like he's so good with the ball at his feet.
Aye. Why Robertson over, say, Ashley Cole?
I think if you're wanting somebody like, I mean, I'm taking this as the Cristiano Ronaldo who could play in the wing. He's not really defensively very responsible, so you need somebody who is good at going back with very little help, which is Andy Robertson. He is a modern wing back who can look after himself defensively.
Aye, fair enough. Aye. De
Same with Gary Neville.
De Bruyne feeding Cantona. Aye.
I mean,
Exciting.
two mercurial talents there, aren't there? Like both can do. They'd probably have a one-upsmanship the whole game, wouldn't they? Like who can do the more ridiculous thing?
That would be one of the most fearsome teams to play against, man. Vieira and Keane in the middle, and then Cantona at the front leading the charge. Jesus.
Not just that, Cantona can handle himself too. Like
Aye.
Cantona, if you say something to
Cantona
Cantona, he'll
That's what I mean.
crack
Like,
you.
that's what I mean. Like, Cantona's bad enough himself, as is Keane or Vieira, but like the three of them in the one squad.
Be insane. But as you know with Cantona, he is an absolute baller. Like
Aye.
he's a total baller as well. I nearly went Dimitar Berbatov actually. I nearly went Dimi Berbatov. Again, a fucking baller of a player, in my humble opinion. Absolute baller.
Was it?
Kind of a shame you couldn't do subs with this picker thing,
Oh god, I know, mate.
Aye.
because it's like
You'd be there
today
forever.
just in 11 is like quite hard.
Very difficult, mate. Very difficult.
It is very difficult. It was. Still, good teams, man. Oh, and then you bring it back with, to the Real Madrid days with Ronaldo on the left and Bale on the right.
Aye.
Oh, two of them cutting in the.
It's like Mike
Another.
Tyson's hands, man. You don't want to hit the eye of him.
Aye, can't you go anywhere. But did oof, man. Cantona, did he never won the Champions League with Man U, did he?
No, he didn't. He retired
didn't,
at 29.
Aye.
He retired,
That's right.
young.
I remember him being one of the best that never won like the Champions League or like that.
Yep, he retired at 29. In his prime, decided that he didn't need football and left it completely.
Get a taste of that advertising life.
Aye, he pursued acting. He's in a longer career as an actor now in France.
There's been tons of films in
Wow.
France, eh?
Oh, aye,
aye.
very popular.
In fact, I think if you look him up now, he's not ex-footballer, but I think it's actually
French actor. Aye.
French actor, aye. If you
Actor,
look him up
director,
online.
and producer, former footballer. Wild.
Aye. Crazy. Anyway, so my all-time 11. So I went a bit left field today too. I went with a 5-3-2. So I did. My goalkeeper was Edwin van der Sar.
That is wild.
Fucking
How
world-class
have we
goalkeeper.
done Premiership 11s and none of us have put Peter Schmeichel in the nets?
I know, man.
Aye. I don't know.
Wild.
Right, the thing about, I don't know, Peter Schmeichel, he was good shot stopper in that, but I don't know.
He
I
was
think
one of
any
the
of the other
best.
keepers there that you talked about, I think you're in safer hands than Peter Schmeichel. I just don't. I mean, he's legendary, but
See, if it was like a tournament format, I would probably want Schmeichel. Like, he was legendary for like penalties and set pieces and stuff. But I don't know. Just when I was looking at it, I just went Alisson. I just felt like he was the all rounder. Anyway, sorry.
Van der Sar and Mia, I must say. Anyway, on the right there, right wing back, I've got Gary Neville. My three centre backs are Campbell, Van Dijk, and John Terry. Left wing back, I've got Ashley Cole. My three midfielders, I've got Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard, Kevin De Bruyne. Up front, I have Didier Drogba and Thierry Henry. That's who I went with.
Hells yeah.
It's like
I do like-
solid
I do like
defence
a
and
bit of-
formidable attack, all in one.
I do like a bit of Didier Drogba.
So that was, obviously, so I did the five at the
Battering
back.
ram.
So I've got the three centre backs plus Roy Keane in front to protect, and then I've got Gerrard, who's box to box up and down, and then De Bruyne. He's just there feeding balls to Henry, Drogba, like Ashley Cole bombing down the wing, getting crosses in. Drogba's got to be there. Neville, he's solid, isn't he? So
All three is picked Gary Neville, funnily enough. All three.
I mean, he's probably the best right back that the Premier League's seen, to be honest.
Aye,
Can't take that
funny,
away from him.
funny how he's still seen that way, even though he's not really that spectacular a player. Like
No.
he's very workmanlike
It's just
and
That's the thing. That was the Manchester United of old. They would work. Fuck it, we're getting into Man U now. Anyway, that was
good segue. Good segue.
Sorry. That was Man U old. Didn't matter how much talent there was in that team. The one thing that they had is they all worked their socks off. The last, well, I can't say last 20 years because the last couple of years, but prior to the last couple of years, that's been one of the things. They've worked their socks off.
Yep.
Everybody in that team was fighting for every inch. And now it's just gone. I mean, obviously they had talent, but you can't just have talent and no work.
It was like nobody was bigger than the team.
Aye. Pretty much aye. These days, they're a joke. They don't work hard. They don't do anything. And I don't know. I mean, Gary Neville has this thing where he's blaming the Glazers and stuff, but I mean, I don't
Blaming
know.
the Glazers lets the players off too easy. I saw that exchange between him and Jamie Redknapp. And I still think Gary Neville was getting too much of the rose tinted glasses on with the players. He's trying to protect the players.
The buck has to stop at management though, because it's up to the manager to if the players aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, if they're losing that mentality of nobody's bigger than the team, everybody has to play their part, everybody has to work hard. If the players aren't holding themselves accountable for that, the manager has to and bench them or sell them if they're no doing what they're supposed to do.
Yep, so that's the manager's job, aye. So I don't get where Gary Neville's saying about the Glazers. The Glazers own the club, right? So he's saying about the money, this and that. I think Gary Neville's just upset that other clubs in the UK, he keeps going on about Old Trafford needing repairs or or they need a new stadium. Right, okay, what's that got to do with on-field performances? I don't get
Absolutely nothing.
it. Do you know what I mean? And then he's like, oh, they should have a sporting director or whatever. Like, right, they don't interact with the players. Right? They just look for new players to bring in. It's like, yeah, the money that they've spent is not their money. It's the club's money that they've took out to buy players. It's money that the club has generated. Like, right, but the money's still getting spent on players. So I don't know what that argument's all about either.
Yep, they're running a business.
Like, you know what I mean? That's nothing to do with the players. So now it's between the manager and the players.
Yeah.
The money's been provided to managers to get players, but the players have no, for whatever reason, have no worked. The managers can't enforce any, not morals, but any sort of a hard-working nature into these players. Like, so, aye. I don't know why Neville's talking about the Glazers when it's the players and the manager. The manager's been providing money for... He's bought players that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went out and lost the first 2 games of the season. And funnily enough, even though he's bought players, I think only one start or 2 maybe started. It's the same formation as last year with the same players pretty much bar 2. Or what I say, bar 2 or 3. So essentially it's the same squad. So he's doing this, the old keep repeating the same thing, try to get different results. Like it's not working.
The definition of madness, as it were.
You know,
Yep.
why the definition of madness? So I don't know. Like I don't know what's going on at Man U. Why the players? I just don't get it.
It's, I mean, the biggest glaring obvious problem to me is they've had an issue in the middle of the pitch for as long as I can remember over the past few years, where they do not have players who can take the game by the scruff of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
They've had Paul Pogba, who is not interested, and they've released him. First good thing I thought that the new manager did was quite happily allow him to leave on a free, because I think he was a cancer in the dressing room. The problem is that the cancer has spread. And it is either big individuals now who just they don't have the interest. It's Rashford. I mean, tell me what Rashford's done recently.
I have no idea, but they've
Jadon
valued him.
Sancho.
They've valued him at 140 million.
I mean, that's a lie. I mean, I think
Barcelona
that's
want-
Rashford's agent just playing funny buggers, saying that, Barca want him, PSG want him. No, they do not. No, they do not. It must have been the most depressing thing that if you love Manchester United, you've grown up with loving them and them being the best team in the world, etc., and first game of the season rolls round, new era, and what's your central midfield? Fred and McTominay. Again. The failing central midfield partnership of the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Christian Eriksen was put in there yesterday against Brentford as a defensive midfielder. It was a disaster.
Disaster.
Cristiano Ronaldo, it's been a disaster. It's just all been a disaster. So many bad decisions.
Wait, Cristiano Ronaldo, like, what's a disaster? He scored 20 goals here last season.
He did, but he's come out and publicly basically said that he's wanting to leave. That's him now a man doing. You can't keep him
did he
in
say
your
that,
team.
or did his agent say that?
I think his agent's been the one putting the feelers out, but it's quite obvious that he wants to play in the Champions League. He values himself as that.
I think
wants to go back
it's
to the Champions League.
disingenuous to say that he's a fit out the door and it's a disaster and whatever. Like, he's no playing his best football, but he's also not had the support run about him and the folk feeding him the ball or even holding on to the ball at times. So I think you can only expect so much from him. And the European football thing, what had been in the Champions League, that's fair enough. Like, he expects to be there and he's only got so many years left, so of course he wants to be there. And maybe he'll look to move because of that, but at this moment in time he's still there and he's not digging them up in the papers or he's not on radio
I don't
shows.
think you'll see him
so.
there by the end of this track. We have got, 16 days left of the transfer window.
16.
I think he will leave before then.
I fully expect Cristiano
genuinely-
Ronaldo
Where
to
does he
leave.
go?
I genuinely
America?
think.
Like,
No.
I think he'll go to another European team.
It'll be in Europe. It'll be somebody that's Champions League. Celtic, yes.
Celtic ass.
He wouldn't fit in Big Andrew's
Ange wouldn't have that,
system.
man.
Would he?
Ange would not have him, not at this stage. Maybe if he was
Why do you
younger
think
and he thought he could get him to play the way he wants him to play, but
Aye.
no.
By the
Only
way,
teams he
just
would go to
talking
would
about
be-
Ange, I think Ange is probably somebody who Manchester United could use
I think he'd be a fantastic manager for them. He's like a modernised version of Sir Alex. There's a lot of characteristics that they share, but Ange has just got a slightly in my opinion, I'm not exactly an aficionado, but in my opinion, it's a slightly more modern way of running a team. What he does compared to Sir Alex was very traditional and basics, and everybody's a hard worker and plays a part.
Which Ange expects as well.
Aye.
But there's a lot of the way he plays is different now. But Paul, you were saying there about Sancho, like that. The talent is there. Obviously last season was a joke. Like he was getting played in silly positions. Like he's a winger. Like play him on the wing. Like not even just like he's an attacking winger. Like play him out there. What's it? Solskjaer had him as a wing back or something at one point. Like
They've totally utterly messed it with him.
aye,
One of the most
kind of
exciting
age
young
is he?
wingers in Europe. Jadon Sancho's only 22 or 23, I
He's
think.
still young, right? Aye.
yeah. He's 22 years old.
There you go.
He'll be absolutely fine. Well, maybe not. The traumatization of
Might be a lasting impact on him.
aye.
I mean, realistically,
Like-
a player like that, they would probably expect to be signing a massive deal by their mid-20s. Like this should be at the point where he's spending a few seasons really making a name for himself and doing good things with like a well-known
Aye.
club before he goes to Bayern or Real or PSG or whatever for a stupid amount of money.
I mean, aye. They've still got a ways to go, Man U. Obviously, Ten Hag. He cancelled. They were supposed to have today off, being Sunday. He cancelled that, so they're in training or doing whatever. But, like, okay. So I guess
know where to go.
he's trying, but
Like, Sunday's not a training day, mate. If there's a game on, there's a game on, but if there's no a game on, I'm off. I don't care how much I'm getting paid. That's not in the schedule, that.
aye.
I'll take the fine.
I don't know, man. 4-0 to Brentford away for Hay, man. I think I would be expected to come into work next day. I've got to say, it's a joke.
Aye.
It's that big
That's a joke. But you know what? I'm actually kind of getting annoyed at now because like folk are saying, they've bet Man U 4-0. It's one of the biggest teams in the world, one of the biggest clubs in the world. I'm like, aye, one of the biggest clubs in the world. No, one of the best. They're not even one of the best in the Premier League. Never mind the world. So to me, it's a good victory for Brentford. It's not outstanding because Man U, for like the last couple of seasons, they're like, aye, Brentford and them are nearly on par with each other. So it's a good result for Brentford. It's not an amazing result. It's a bad result for Man U, yes, but not terrible because that's the level they're at now. It's as simple as that. Nobody can tell me any different.
Is it time to let go of the notion that Man U is the same Man U that they were 20 years ago? Like,
It's
like,
been long gone.
is it no like time we're thinking like they need a new manager who's going to restructure the team? No, somebody who's
this
going
is
to
what-
get them back to what they used to be because that's gone.
This is what Ten Hag was supposed to do. He's supposed to restructure the squad,
Right.
right? Actually, when you say that, though, I think one of the things folk were saying that he's going to restructure the squad and get Man U playing the Man U way again. That's
I see that.
I think what
That's a
people seem
problem.
to see there. Like, but the thing is, like, times have passed. Sir Alex Ferguson was a once in a lifetime type of manager.
Aye.
You're not going to have that again.
Mhm.
The only way to do things is do things properly now. So the manager needs time. The whole culture needs to change, just like Arsenal did.
Mhm.
Needs time, but I just don't think a club like Man U, I don't know, they'll be quick to chop and change again.
Aye, that's the number one
especially-
problem, innit? They need a manager who they can allot time to allow them to restructure, but they're never going to get the time they need.
Especially by American owners. Aye. They who are very quick once the results are in. Like, they're businessmen. They want to see tangible results. Once they're not seeing that, they'll cut you straight away. You're off. And they'll get somebody in and expect them to do something better, which they know you know where they failed? They should have got Conte when they had the chance.
That
last
would have
year.
been a big get.
He would have changed them completely.
They blew it there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and if you look at Man U's squad, there's some names that they're an average squad. Yes, they have 2 or 3 brilliant players, but as a squad, as a team, they've nothing.
I'm looking at the squad now on Wikipedia, and I can see about 14 players that I would get rid of immediately.
Aye.
That aren't
Wait there,
on the required level.
Who was your own boy that got arrested? Mason Greenwood.
Aye, still has a squad number.
He's still in the. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Still has a squad number. Aye.
I'm on their official site website, and he's still.
And he'll still have a presence there as well. Aye.
He's got his picture there and everything.
Yep.
Anyway, I mean, I suppose you can't take it off without proving. So whatever. But aye, there's like plenty of players there that could go. Man, you need change from top to bottom. Bang average squad. They'll be lucky to finish 8th this season.
Do you think they're in the worst place going into this season than they were going into last?
Oh, definitely,
Aye.
definitely.
Going
Last season
into
there was
it,
hope.
aye.
Aye. Last season there was hope, and Cristiano Ronaldo had just signed.
Yep.
Massive hope last season after finishing second as well. So, aye, that's just
Ronaldo was supposed to have them in top 4, but he can't do it by himself. He needs folk around him. Like, you know, obviously they had Edison Cavani at the time as well, so like he was supposed to provide some goals. You know, Pogba was supposed to be whatever. Don't know. There's still a player in Pogba. It's just these. Don't know. His priorities aren't in the right place. I would say maybe.
it's who they're trying to sign as well. Linked
Well, this
with
is the
Marko
thing.
Arnautovic. Fuck.
The thing is,
hell.
with Man U, yes, their name is still there, massive club known in the world, right? But they're not great anymore, like in terms of football wise. So top players are not going to go to Man U now because guess what? I can go to Tottenham and get the same amount of money as they were going to pay me. Do you know what I mean?
Shit, Newcastle.
Or a West Ham, or a Newcastle, right? Do you know what I liken it to? Basketball. Like Man U.
Right.
So everybody, if you go around the world and ask, you know how the Lakers are? LA Lakers, yes.
Yep.
Known worldwide. When's the last time they won like a championship? You know what I mean? Apart from 2 years ago, I'm talking obviously
go
before
back
2 years ago.
isn't it?
Dallas Cowboys would have
But-
been a good shout for that as well.
That was same as that.
same
Like
deal.
Aye.
biggest in the
Massive
world, but terrible on the field. And even a couple of years ago when the Lakers won, that was a lucky.
That was the COVID season, aye. They
kept the same players, added a few, and
It's like the franchise effect, man. Like the brand is
Aye.
bigger than the bigger and better
Aye.
than what the team actually are now.
Yep,
Definitely.
it's crazy. Aye, she'll digress. We'll move on to some even more dire stuff. That is Scottish football. Oh my god.
Do we need to do we need to talk about Scottish football?
Aye.
I put it on social media on Thursday, just cancel the Scottish League and let Rangers and Celtic play down south.
Aye.
That's how I feel.
Pretty much, aye.
Bold shitless of it. Just totally bold shitless of it.
Celtic and Rangers, way out in front again. Aye. Europe just shows how terrible. Just shows you how terrible they are in Scottish football anyway. Like Motherwell getting beat at home from a team that they shouldn't be getting beat from, 1-0.
Yeah.
Not only that, the the stadium wasn't even half full.
Oh, for part.
a European game. Aye, for
never
part.
is. It's too big.
And it's like you could at least have tried to put them in like 2 stands so it looked like it was more, you know what I mean? Nah, like not even half full for a European game. They get beat 1-0, go to Sligo Sligo sells at their stadium, by the way,
Looks gorgeous.
and they get pumped 2-0. Graham Alexander resigns, which you need to. They were already dumped out the League Cup, out of Europe now. Dreadful. Like, they were supposed to at least get past Sligo, at the very least, get past Sligo, and then get dumped out in the next round. Right? Do you know what I mean? When they were up against better
Would
opposition.
that go to them? What tournament?
No, they were Conference League.
That is Conference League. They were trying to
Mhm.
qualify for. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Dundee United, on the other hand, packs their stadium, wins 1-0 at home. Brilliant.
He's in Alkmaar. Good performance.
Great performance. At the weekend, in between the ties, the manager changes the squad a little bit so he can rest the players and be ready for the away leg at AZ Alkmaar. Bunch of fans travel over and they shit the bed.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
The players, they... Aye, go ahead.
No, I was saying whoopsie.
Oh, whoopsie, sorry. I thought you said C.
I said whoopsie.
I just heard C, Pat. Aye. They get absolutely annihilated 7-0.
Ouch.
Which is it ties the record for a team getting beat in Scottish football anyway.
Right.
A Scottish team getting beat in Europe 7-0. I mean, Celtic also have that record 7-0. I mean,
That was Barcelona.
against Barcelona.
Aye, there's a slight bit of disparity there in terms of the.
It was-
That would have been. I'm assuming that was in the new camp as well.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye, so-
Away from home. Aye. So I don't even know. 1-0, right? Dundee United went 1-0 down. Okay. They got the ball and they were going up the field. They nearly scored. So I was like, right, Dundee United, not to, like, they're 1-0 down, but they're actually going for it still. They're still trying. They're still getting it. Then the second goal goes in. And that is when everything just changes. I don't know what, like, it just straight downhill for there. 5 goals in 23 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, it was a joke. It was an
Nice.
absolute joke.
So, like, that's what, a goal every 2 minutes, essentially.
Yep. Every time they had a shot went in the net.
Wow.
It's like,
Did the
this is
keeper go for a
horrendous.
coffee break?
He pretty much did. It was like
Aye.
when you go play a FIFA game and you have a shot at controlling your goalie. That's how bad this goalie was. This is a boy that's experienced as well.
And he literally, he came for a cross and he was nowhere near
I've
it.
seen,
Oh,
I've
he
seen
just-
the video. I've seen the video of that.
Shoryuken past it, basically, like fucking Ryu at a Street Fighter. Shoryuken! The
It's
ball
not
goes
as if
by
like,
him.
he had a squad of defenders that were standing in the line to
Oh,
protect
aye.
the goal as he charged out to try and hit the ball. No, just left the net wide
Brutal.
open.
Absolutely brutal. It was
Couldn't
brutal.
believe it. Just dismal, man. I was just like, what
Aye.
the hell? And then who it was, one of the players was like, apologise to the fans who had to come over and see this. Like, what?
They should
It's
have
like, are
been
you
made
not
to
embarrassed of yourself, man? Like,
swim home to
do you
Scotland.
know what I mean? Aye, exactly.
Absolute
It was
farce.
dreadful. As I say, like, this is the reason why Celtic and Rangers are the only 2 teams in Scotland that can bring decent players in. Everybody.
I have a question.
Yes, Michael.
If a team forfeits a game, it's an automatic 3-0 loss, right?
Mhm.
So they would have been
Aye,
they would have been better off
Been better
backing
off.
up after the first goal.
Aye, they genuinely would have
forfeit.
been, aye. They genuinely
five-
would have been.
At 5-0, when they went in at half time, they should just have been like, fuck, game's a bogey, we're off.
Aye.
Aye, pretty much.
Oh, Christ.
Aye. But aye, this is why Scotland can't get any decent players in. Because
This,
jokes like that. I mean, obviously, finances and stuff are a bit to do with it.
the
too,
silly thing is, I looked at their squad and I thought, they've done good recruitment this year.
but
Stephen
so did I.
Fletcher, great signing. Glenn Middleton, great signing.
Mhm.
The boy McGrath in loan, also a good player. The two Aussie guys, I thought, aye, right,
Yep.
loads of caps for Australia. The
Yep.
left back's played with PSV Eindhoven before. He's only 31. He's not that bloody old. The keeper, again, loads of experience.
Yep.
Should be fine. Absolutely. They were worse than an under-19s team. The defending was so
Pasted.
bad.
Pasted. And it's just a joke. Jack Ross will get sacked soon because they've just lost to Hearts 4-1.
I
So
know,
they
they've
have.
lost again. They've took another scalp in the day. So his job is now automatically on a sugary peg. But again, he's going to take some of the blame because what
Of course.
the fuck happened? This AZ Alkmaar, it's no Real Madrid.
No.
They made AZ Alkmaar look like the fucking All-Stars. It was incredible. I watched it all, by the way.
I didn't. I
I watched
it
the
off
film.
after this.
Just out of sheer curiosity as to what was going to happen. Well, I mean, what does he say at half time when they're in there 5-0 down? Right, lads, just let's win the second half, lads. Let's win the second
That's when
half.
the second half.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Such a
Absolutely
manager thing to
ridiculous.
say, isn't it?
Aye,
Let's win the second half.
Let's win our battles and win the second half, lads.
Oh, man. Honestly.
What do you do?
There's nothing you can do. It's all about damage limitation, then, isn't it? I mean, it was damage limitation at 3-0, but aye.
It was
2-0, at least you have a
criminal.
chance because all you need is one goal. One goal. See if it's 2-0 at half time. All you just need one goal to send it to extra time. Do you know what I mean? Or you score 2 goals and you're through. Like, fair enough.
We talk about 1,500
Five-
fans over there.
Exactly. 5-0 or is
Shame.
it 4-0? But at half time, I can't mind.
5-0 because they scored
It
2 in
was
the second
5.
half. Aye. They
Ah,
scored
right,
6-0.
aye,
46 minutes in, you think, right, they'll come out, they'll be sensible here. 20 seconds into the second half, 6-0. It's
That's
like,
right.
what are you all doing? Honestly, I don't even care about Dundee United, but I was furious for no reason watching that. It was unreal.
The only thing
mate.
I can say is hopefully the thing that I'm hoping for, right? For Scottish football, Hearts right now look like they're on the right path.
I hope
Hearts
so.
keep going the way that they're going. You know, they've got the young manager who has a template that he wants. You know, he has a vision, he has a goal for the club. You know, and it's guaranteed. Right now, Hearts are guaranteed Conference League football, so they're going to be in group stages, even if they lose the Europa League playoff against. Oh God, who are they against again?
FC Zurich they play.
That's
FC
the
Zurich.
one. Zurich. Even if they lose against Zurich, they're in the Conference League. Do you know, even the group stages, then that's a couple of million in the coffers for them,
Yep.
which is brilliant as long as they use that money for footballing purposes. And actually, are they fan on now?
Who's at Hearts?
Aye.
Aye, they are.
Yeah.
It's under some sort of fan ownership model.
It's-
I think
it's
it's still
the-
in transfer through to them.
Aye. So yeah, that money should be used for footballing purposes, you know. And then you just build on that, you know, year after year. They can bring in better players because, well, you know, they're consistently in Europe, even if it is Conference League. You know, it's a showcase for some players. You know, eventually bring the standard of the league up, but right now it's just dire, man. Like, I watched Celtic against Ross County. Oof. On the opening day of the season. Literally, I was just sitting there. And again, this is why I don't watch Celtic play much in Scotland. Like, I'll watch them play against Rangers most of the time, but if I, you know what I mean? Like, it's because I'm watching them against Ross County. And it's just like men against boys. No offence to Ross County, but their standard was nowhere near Celtic's. They were just had the ball most of the time, just passing about, doing whatever they wanted. And then against Kelly today,
Oh, they just run through
again.
Kelly. Aye, they just run
Aye.
through Kilmarnock.
5-0.
No even
Right.
close.
You know, it was just a walk in the park for them. Like, you know, and Derek McInnes, I think he's a good manager, but you can only do so well. You can only do with what you've got. Right, you know what I mean? You can only do so much with what you've got. is
Only fish
what
with
I'm
the
trying
cock
to say
you've got,
there.
as they say.
I mean, like, Furuhashi scored in 7 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
7 minute, boom. Then Jota. It was just, it was a easy game in the subbing the centre backs, like, in the 60th minute. Like, you know what I mean? The standard needs to improve. I'm hoping it does soon, but I don't see it anytime soon. So
that Dundee United game took a lot of hope off of me as a Scottish football fan.
no, what's it, Dundee United?
I just anybody outside the old firm, who cares now, as far as I'm concerned.
Aye, I mean, Hearts hopefully can reignite some of that fire for you there, Paul.
Aye, I'm moving them hopes up. And by all logic, Hearts should do decently against Zurich. Maybe no win, but they should at least do decently. But
Aye,
I'm just waiting in Zurich 5 Hearts 0 or something ridiculous. And all these ashamed looking guys in purple tops kicking about in the back pages of the papers.
aye,
100%.
yeah.
I don't know what it is with the mentality of Scottish players where they just behave like fucking tourists. Where we're happy to be here. Fucking hell, mate.
No, you're right. Though it's funny, but you're.
Honestly, that's what it is. We're in Europe. Oh, you got to Europe. It's warm in Europe. Fucking get on with it, man. It's honestly.
Just like a
Holland's
national
cool.
team, mate.
Hash is legal in Holland. Oh yes, let's go here. Fuck. It just is. It's a joke. It's a 7-0 over there. I can't get by it, lads. Sorry. I'm mentally stuck on it.
So Zurich, they've lost all 5. Oh no, sorry, that's a lie. They've lost 3 of their 5 games so far this season.
Aye.
Through twice. Bottom of the table. But I mean, aye. It's I don't have much faith. I have faith in Hearts, but Scottish football as a whole, I don't really have much.
It'd be nice if Hearts got into the Europa League. Just like it'd be nice if Rangers go through the Champions League.
Aye,
It'd be genius.
I'd
Rangers
love
actually
to get
stand a
through
good
Champions
chance.
League.
They've got a good chance against PSV, by the way.
Yep.
That stadium's magical. So it is Ibrox when it's a European game, man. They just seem to pull the ball into the net, man. Honestly, the noise, it just totally panics opposition players.
I mean, to be fair, they shouldn't even have lost 2-0.
Oh, that team won a good
Against
team.
them.
Saint-Gilloise.
They won
They weren't that good. Gilloise.
keep getting them mixed. Union, I'll just call them Union. Yeah.
Saint-Gilloise.
Aye, when they beat them at home, but oops. Aye, return leg to Ibrox. They did what they needed to do and what I expected them to do in the first leg and all that. So maybe not so much, but aye. They got through. Now they play PSV. Hopefully they get through against PSV and into the Champions League group stages. That'd be fantastic.
How's PSV been playing? I've not really heard too much for them recent seasons. But I've paid less attention. So.
Eredivisie runners-up last year.
Right, okay.
Managed by Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Okay.
Now.
I was just going
Still a really solid team then.
Very good team. They're up front kind of line-up's pretty decent as well. Luke de Jong, who's played in Spain for years. Cody Gakpo,
Barcelona.
Man United want him. Noni Badeke, he's another one that's kind of attracting all the attention. English,
Did
so he is.
you say
Noni
De Jong?
Badeke.
Sorry.
Luke de
Was
Jong.
there
Luke de
no
Jong.
an English squad rumoured to be signing him last season or something?
No, that is a different De Jong. That's Manchester United.
Right.
That's
We're in
Frankie.
for Frankie De Jong.
so it is,
No
so it is.
relation, by the way. No relation to Luke De Jong.
Right, okay.
Luke De Jong is in fact related to ex-Ajax striker Siem De Jong, who was at Newcastle.
Okay.
Don't actually know where Siem De Jong is now, funnily enough. Where is Siem De Jong? He's disappeared, hasn't he, kinda? He was a good player as well, him.
So basically PSV will be a stiff test for Rangers.
Absolutely
say,
will be.
they'll be
Absolutely will be.
If they can get past them or two
They'll give them
legs,
a
then
good
they're
run.
in really good shape for the Champions League.
Aye, depending on which.
Well, obviously,
group
aye,
they get put in there.
depending on who they land with in their group, aye. But that withstanding,
Do you know? Aye. And then for there, aye, hopefully at the least Europa for the group stages of the Champions League. Because if you finish third, you drop down into Europa, right? So get a wee run in there. Same as Celtic. I mean, obviously we would love Celtic and Rangers to get into the, past the group stages, but that's where it gets really tough. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're actually almost better from a financial standpoint.
Because you go further
into the Europa and you can get further. So, but I mean, yeah. Do you know what? One of the things, actually, a lot of these boys for like Australia have started to come into Scottish football now.
It's a wee easy market for Scottish teams, aye. Getting A-League boys
into Australia.
It's a league that can stand out, and it gives them a better shout of potentially getting into bigger teams, or at least getting some time in the likes of the Champions League if they can get in with Celtic or Rangers.
So I was thinking that would happen with the Japanese. I thought a few Japanese would start signing in Scotland, but it seems to be the Australian boys. But
Hearts are big on it. Nathaniel Atkinson, Cammy Devlin, and there's another one. Oh, Kai Rolls, his name is.
Yes, Kai Rolls.
Central defender.
It could work into a good business model, as you can see, signing these younger ones for cheaper, and they have all the attributes to propel themselves.
America's probably an untapped market, because I'd bet there'll be a lot of American players, or players from maybe like some of the South American countries that don't go in for football quite as much, that have went to America to play, who, as much as they'll probably get a more money in America potentially than they would in Scotland, coming to Scotland, they're potentially getting access to like European football.
So the thing you've got to do with America, if you're going into America, is you've got to be looking at the college teams. Right? Obviously they do the old college then draft and all that kind of stuff, right? You look at those teams, you get some good players. Entice them away. Entice them not to go into the draft. Don't declare for the draft. Come and play with us. You could go to a team. The problem is, again, it's the money. Right? Even in America, they're going to get paid a handsome salary, which is fair enough. There's a lot of untapped markets around the world, Scotland just need to work on bringing up the standard of the game. I've said before, making the league bigger would help with that in a certain sense, but it could. I'm kind of changing my stance on that now.
I'm just saying, let the big two go south. I've gave up in the Scottish League. Don't care.
Aye. There has to be more done with it. I don't know the right answer.
There's a chicken and egg situation where there needs to be more money in the Scottish game to really entice good players in and drive the quality of the league up. But then you're not going to be able to pay these players to come in and drive it up without there already being the money there, and you can't get the money there without the players already being there. So like they're just stuck in this rut of just cycling round the same crap.
You see, that was one of the things years ago was when they wanted to make it bigger, a lot of the teams, the small teams, didn't want to make it bigger because they were playing Celtic and Rangers X amount of times throughout the year, and they knew that the travelling fans, they could sell out a whole stand. Like, so they would give Celtic and Rangers a main stand, and then the other three is for their home fans, you know what I mean? And they would make a lot of money from that. So they were like, oh, well, no, we're getting the money now. They don't want to take that away. It's like, yeah, but if you sacrifice that now,
think of 4 or 5 seasons time, what you can make.
Exactly. Like when you sell out your stadium, you know what I mean? Because you're fighting for something, like you're going to be making more money. You're bringing players through and you're selling them on, you're making, like, so, I don't know. they're stuck between a rock and a hard place there. And the way that the SPFL, or the Scottish Premier League anyway, is set up, for any change to happen, I think it was like 11 teams have to vote yes on it or whatever. I don't know if they've changed that up now, but that back then it was, so all you needed was one team to say no. That was it. Like, it just doesn't really make any sense to me, but
Yep.
so it goes.
Joys of Scottish sports.
Aye, Scottish sports. So we'll be keeping an eye on Hearts this week, and the Rangers actually play this week in Europe as well.
Yep, they do.
It is this week, yeah.
They
So Hearts.
qualify this week.
Hearts are actually getting shown on BBC. The game against Zurich, so it's
That'll be a great,
Yeah.
that'll be a great, potentially a great advertisement for Scottish football.
I have to say that you don't have to pay for Sky to see Hearts play. So, so they're on BBC.
I wonder if
Zurich.
somebody at Sky was like, listen, I don't think we can justify putting the Hearts game on. Will we see if BBC want it?
Aye. You can have it BBC. Oh man, I think. Do you know what? It's so strange. Just when you said that, it's just clicked in my head. I seen that the SPL, they were working on a deal with Sky, SPFL, sorry, working on a deal with Sky to up. They're re-signing their TV rights deal. So I think they're going up from 25 million to 30 million.
Yay.
So the deal, 5 million. It's like, Jesus. Like, do you know what they should do? Here's some. Sorry, I know we're rambling on here, we're getting on a bit, but you know, what they should do is say, Celtic and Rangers, you don't need any of that TV money. So that's getting shared between the other 10 teams. That's what they should bloody do, because Celtic and Rangers don't need that TV money.
That's communism, mate.
I ain't gonna fly.
Well,
That's mad part.
Harvey Stalin
no,
Smith.
but you get what I mean. Stalin. Oh, if it was up to me, if I had my way, a lot of things would change in that league. Tell you that now. But yeah, you know what I mean. Give the smaller teams, or how about this then? Celtic and Rangers get a smaller percentage than the other clubs, because once you make over a certain amount of money a year, your percentage of the TV deal just
We
down a
could
bit.
do something like that, eh?
So they're still getting a bit of money, but you know, because they don't. Anyway. So, as I was saying, Hearts and Rangers play this week, so we'll be keeping an eye on them. Hopefully all goes well for them and they can open up a nice wee lead in their first legs, the first leg tie, that they can then build upon for the second tie to get through to the respective group stages. If not, they will be in European football either way. So Rangers will drop down into the Europa League, Hearts will go into the Conference League, and again, hopefully they do well there. Why? Is there anything else that you guys would like to talk about here?
I'm spent.
I think I'm good. I think we've covered everything.
Paul is spent from
Too depressed.
Aye, he's too depressed. Motherwell, Dundee United have
They broke me.
turned Paul away for Scottish football. I mean, you know, like Scottish football now, but all Super Air is
Oh, super
still
elephant. Still undefeated.
still your team, still undefeated.
Oh, I love it. Aye, still
Fourth in the
proudly
table,
Super
weren't they?
Elephant. Aye.
Is it fourth? Aye, fourth.
I think so.
Aye.
1-1, drawn 2, first 3 games. That's
Aye.
perfectly good for me so far.
There you go.
It was actually the juniors yesterday. That was a good laugh.
Oh, aye, you were at the juniors
I
yesterday.
was
Aye.
Willis Victoria.
Shout out G-Po,
Aye.
manager extraordinaire.
Aye.
That's
Took-
Victoria, Gordon
Took the
Pope.
kids, poor fuckers. Dear God. Nah, standards obviously no professional standard, but one thing you can always be assured of with juniors is goals.
Aye.
4-3 it was 4-3 to Grant Cairn, wasn't it? The name of the team, Fairdrie, I'm sure.
Right.
Junior
Aye.
team Fairdrie, aye. But aye, 4-3, goals galore, ridiculous challenges galore. There was a free kick. I've got a video on it to show you guys once we finish the podcast. A free kick for one of the boys for Whitlets, 30 yards off the post. Jesus Christ, man. Absolutely nearly goal of the season. I wish it had dropped in.
All right.
Oh, man. Screamer. Good laugh, though. Good laugh. And you can hear everything that goes on in the park. So the kids...
That's the thing with juniors, if you don't want your mates to hear sweary words, don't take them to juniors games.
Oh, God. I know. Maybe he's learned a whole new vocabulary. It's incredible.
Aye.
Hopefully we don't use them.
Yeah, we hope... actually, just want to wish G-Pope and Whitlets all the best for this season. We'll keep a close eye on you as hopefully all goes well.
Remember the name, football fans. G-Pope.
Aye. G-Pope, Gordon Pope.
Manager of the future.
One day we'll... maybe one day we'll have him on an aftermath, eh?
Definitely should,
Alright, so that's about time now, troops. So we'll love yous and leave yous. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Suck and Mash. And if you haven't already, please go and check out AEW Mash and MMA Mash. They dropped yesterday and Tuesday, respectively. Both very fun episodes again this week. So please do check them out. Tattie by Driver.
Goodbye.
Bye now.